All right, y'all, this story is crazy. So as many of you know, I'm a golf fan. If I'm not thinking about politics, talking about politics, I'm thinking about golf, I'm playing golf. Crystal and I have a FanDuel account where we bet week to week on the golf. Nothing crazy, $5 here, $10 there, that sort of thing. Maybe do 20, $30 a week, something like that on bets. But so this week is the PGA Championship, which is one of the majors. And the number one player in the world right now is a guy by the name of Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler is a beast. He's on a run that Tiger Woods was on in like 2000, 2001, 2006, 2007. I think he's won 3 of his last 4 events. He's blowing away the field in like the year-long rating. And this guy he's a sweetheart. Super duper Christian. And not one of the asshole type Christians. One of the Christians that's like genuinely about like love and, you know, takes care of his family. So he just had a baby. He's super Christian. He's coming off like 2 weeks off, but before that, he won his last golf tournament. He's the betting favorite by 1.5 miles in this tournament. So first day he comes out, he plays well, he shoots 4 under par. Second day is today. This morning, he's driving on the golf course, and apparently there was a very horrible accident that happened. One of the shuttle buses that takes fans to the golf course, they hit and killed somebody who was walking across the street. The tournament's in Louisville, Kentucky. I should have pointed that out. And so because somebody was killed by the shuttle bus, of course, things were sort of shut down and they had to redirect traffic and there was a big police presence there. So Scottie's driving to the golf course this morning. And when you play in one of these events, you get like a player car that is given to you by the tournament. And it's clearly marked as a player vehicle. And so Scottie's trying to go to the golf course. He starts to pull in to the entrance that, you know, the VIPs and the players and the caddies go into. And somebody tries to stop him. And he doesn't really know what's going on. He finds it kind of weird. He's the number 1 golfer in the world right now. He's trying to get to the course so he can do his preparation and make his tee time. Somebody tries to stop him. He doesn't really know what's going on. The person is dressed either in plain clothes or maybe you could argue like not a police officer, but a security official at the course. So he's trying to pull in. The person stops him, holds onto the vehicle, and screams at him to pull over. He drives like 20 more yards and stops before the entrance. Then the dude says, roll the window down. Scottie rolls the window down. This guy rips him out of the car, throws cuffs on him, and then brings him to the police department. Because apparently he wasn't dressed like an officer, but this was an officer. So Scottie said to him, I didn't know you were an officer. They threw the cuffs on him and took him to the police department. And you had ESPN reporters who were there, some other reporters too, who were recording it, not at the very beginning of what happened, but like from when they got the cuffs on to when they took him to the police car. And you had other officers protecting that officer and saying like, back up, you know, we don't care that you're a journalist, you got to back up behind this line or whatever. And so this situation is already crazy. This is literally the number 1 golfer in the world who is super Christian, just had a baby and is on a crazy winning streak. He's literally just trying to get to the golf course to do his preparation to tee off. And because of a misunderstanding, the officer takes him to the police department, books him, and then eventually he was just released. But I need you guys to hear what they charged him with. This is incredible. Ready for this? So he's been arrested, processed, and released. He was charged with 3rd-degree criminal mischief. I literally don't even know what that means. That's like the fakest charge of all time. Criminal mischief sounds like, I just don't like you. So I'm going to say you're doing something criminal and it's going to be super vague. Reckless driving, disregarding officer directing traffic. And then you ready for this? They also charged him with 2nd-degree assault of a police officer, which is a felony. Bruh. Look, there's no other conclusion. They just make shit up. They are just lying. They're just lying. And this officer had no idea who Scottie Scheffler was, didn't care after he was told who Scottie Scheffler was. Apparently, whoever the higher up in the Louisville Police Department is also a fucking moron, a total idiot. They're charged. Are you insane? Are you insane? You read through Twitter right now and you see everybody's ripping them a new one. Jesus Christ. Somebody was like, I didn't think I would ever see a new low for the cops, but this might be a new low for the cops. By the way, this is coming a day after, I'm sure all you guys heard this. There was a high-profile case in Texas, and Greg Abbott pardoned this guy who was a murderer who purposefully went after BLM protesters. Understand something. This is a guy who wrote on Facebook, I am going to kill Black Lives Matter protesters. Then he shows up and kills a Black Lives Matter protester, and Greg Abbott let him go. He acted like, what are you going to do? There's no, he didn't do anything wrong here, and he served our country in the past, therefore, yeah, we're going to let him go. So now we're just saying we're green-lighting murder, vigilante murder. That's okay. But in Louisville, Kentucky, the #1 golfer in the world trying to show up and do his job is apparently a crime. And they charge him with second-degree assault of a police officer, which is a felony. When everybody knows that's bullshit. Nobody in their right mind is going to listen to that charge and go, yeah, that sounds plausible. Bro, I bet there are lawyers lining up down the block ski to represent Scottie Scheffler in this. I guarantee you, there's lawyers are chomping at the bit. They're trying to call him right now like, let me at him, bro. Let me at him. Because if he wants to, he can sue the pants off the Louisville Police Department, and he can make millions and millions more on top of the millions he's already made this year from playing phenomenal golf. Are you guys insane, bro? The second anybody said to you, hey, just so you know, that's the #1 golfer in the world, and he was just trying to get to the golf course, you gotta be like, hey, my bad. Total misunderstanding. Here, let me let you go. Let me apologize to you. So again, just to reiterate, there was an accident on the road. So the police had shut down a lot of the road. But Scottie has to get to the golf course. This is his job. He's trying to show up to do his job. He goes to turn in. Somebody tries to stop him. He doesn't know who it is. He drives another 20 yards with the person holding onto his car. The guy says, lower the window. He lowers the window. He rips Scottie out. Scottie said, I didn't know you were an officer. He rips him out, puts the handcuffs on him, takes him away, charges him with third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, disregarding officer directing traffic, and second-degree assault of a police officer. Whoever that officer is should be fucking fired, bro. And then whoever's at the top of the Louisville Police Department, your dumbass should be fucking fired too. You want a national embarrassment. He's just a golfer, #1 in the world, trying to get to do his job, and you guys are giving him a hard time and fucking arresting him and ruining his day, and Jesus. So anyway, look, I made this point 1,000 times this year, but I'm going to keep making it because I think it's true. I was a naive motherfucker, man. I really was. Because my default perspective is always to assume the best in people. Sorry, Stinky's knocking the tripod over here. My default perspective is to assume the best in people, to assume they're telling the truth, to assume they're being honest, take them at face value and go from there. There's no way in my wildest imagination I could have accounted for how much people and many institutions just fucking brazenly lie. They just brazenly lie. They don't give a fuck. They will make some shit up. They will stand by it. How many times have we seen this? We've seen this with the genocide in Gaza right now and Joe Biden arming and funding the mass murderers. We've seen it on that front. Now we see it in a situation like this. If that was Tiger Woods and this set of facts happened, if that was Rory McIlroy and this set of facts happened, do we really think it would have gotten to this point? I don't think it would have. But since it's Scottie Scheffler, and if you're not a big-time golf fan, you probably don't know who he is. They're like, I don't know who this fucking guy is. Arrest him. Charge him with second-degree assault. By the way, Crystal was telling me also that the Louisville Police Department, she used to live in Louisville, and she says the Louisville Police Department is known for being horrendous. And here you have another great example of it right here. So, #1 golfer in the world, arrested, charged with assault, charged with a number of different things, literally simply because he was just trying to turn into the golf course and do his job. And you had a dumbass officer on a power trip who was stressed out and decided, I'm going to ruin this guy's fucking day. Wild, man.